Hi everyone and welcome back to another Tate Township Public Library craft. Today we're going to be making a special gift for Mom for Mother's Day. It's a lavender sachet. Now this is an awesome little eco-friendly gift that we're making for Mom. So she can put it in her sock drawer, she can put it in her closet, she can put it in her purse to make her purse smell nice, her car smell nice, or the linen closet, or what was the other thing? You can throw it, I don't know if you can throw it in the dryer because we're using hot glue, so maybe on a no heat dryer, but it's nice and eco-friendly and she can put it wherever she wants to smell the lavender. It smells super nice. So we're gonna turn the camera around and get started on our gift for Mom. Let's go through what we got in the kit. So in our bag, we've got 2 pieces of fabric, our baggie full of rice and lavender, and I can smell it already coming through that bag. And we've got our needle stuck in a cork for safety, and some embroidery thread to decorate our sachet. So the first thing we're going to do is take our fabric squares and figure out which side is the right side and which side is the rough side that will be hidden inside. Now mine feel pretty much the same, but I do have some lines drawn on this side. So I'm gonna put this side as my side to the outside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue 3 sides and then leave one side open to be able to put our mixture inside the little baggie. So we're gonna start by doing a line of glue on one side and then putting our other square on top and then gluing the other 2 sides, filling it up, and then gluing it shut. So let's do a little line. Now please make sure you protect your surface, and it will be hot when you push them together, so it's a good idea to use something. Now I've got the silicone mat from the dollar store and it's pretty good, so I'm gonna use that to push it closed, but you can use a piece of wax paper or parchment paper. Just make sure you protect your fingers. So I'm gonna do a little line along this side. And you wanna make sure there's glue all the way along the edge so that that rice and lavender doesn't escape. And then I'm gonna put that, I think that side's the rough side, so I'm gonna put that side down on top and line it up. And then I'm just gonna use this to push it closed. And it will be a little bit bumpy, but then you can see once it's cooled off that it's sealed along the edge. So now we're gonna open this up and do it along the other 2 sides. So we'll do one side at a time. Oh, I think my glue cooled down in the middle. It took too long. All right, and along this edge. And glue that down. Well, it's actually not too hot, pretty good. And then we're gonna do our 3rd side. Line of glue. And then push that closed. If you're using a low heat hot glue gun, it's not too hot through the fabric actually. And I can see I've got a little hole here, so I'm gonna put a little extra glue there. All right, now one thing I forgot to bring in is a funnel. So if you have a funnel at home, what you can do is open up your side and put your funnel in there and pour your stuff in. But I am going to just use the bag as my funnel today. But that would make it a little bit easier if you had a funnel. So I'm just gonna open this and close it halfway. And then pour this inside. Put the whole thing in there. You want all that yummy smelling lavender. All right. And then we're going to go and close up the other side. And we are going to sew around the outside edge, which will keep everything in too. And then pull it flat and make sure you press it to seal it. Make sure nothing, oh, I've got a hole because stuff is sneaking out. So we've got to go and put some glue over here to seal it back up. Where's the hole? Well, it feels sealed. Oh, it's over there. The glue didn't stick over there. Put these, if you've got your funnel, you can sneak this stuff back in. Is that enough? And then I gotta put some more glue to seal that hole up. There we go. Test it, make sure nothing's sneaking out. Okay, I think we're good now. So, carefully check for holes, we've done that. And now we can use the scissors to trim any loose edges up like this. And if you're a little bit uneven like I am, you can use your sharp scissors to trim that. And then we're going to decorate it. So I'm going to do a little bit trimming. Just to even up and clean up the edges. Just make sure you don't cut your glue off because you'll lose your stuff out of the inside. There we go, cleaned it up. Now we don't need the hot glue anymore, so I'm just going to move that off to the side. So now it's time to decorate. We've got the thread and the needle, and we've also got, you can use some markers to decorate. So you can decide to do that before or after. I think I'm going to sew first. And so we're going to take our needle. If you need help with this part, you ask Dad or Grandma or Grandpa, but this is supposed to be a surprise gift from Mom. So, I mean, you can ask her if you got nobody else, but I'm going to keep it a surprise. Oh, that's really stuck in there. If it's stuck, just give it a little wiggle and it'll come out. Put the cork off to the side. Unravel some thread. Let's see, go all the way around. I'm gonna cut it there. And then thread your needle very carefully. Pull that through a little bit, and then what we're going to want to do on the other end is do a little knot. Right at the end, do a little knot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go actually, let's see, around the glue. We're going to start at a corner and pull it through. Fuzz and glue there. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to go through the thread to kind of lock it in place. So go through so you catch it in between. See that? It's inside, and then pull that through. And then when you pull it tight, it'll be locked in place. And now I'm going to do, I don't know what the stitch is called because I'm not really a sewer, but I usually called it a baseball stitch. So in a row here, you're going to go through here, But before you pull it all the way through, you're gonna put your needle back through the hole to pick it up, and then that'll give it a nice edge, like this. And then you get a pink on the edge too. So then you're always going through the front, and you can go about, I think it's about a 1/2 centimeter, and go through again. And then pull it almost all the way through. So you have a little loop, and then put your needle up through that little loop and pull it through. And that'll give you a nice little stitch along the edge. So through the front, and through the loop. All right, let's zoom it in a little bit further, and then I'll speed up the video. All right, so we're gonna go through the front in a line and under through the loop. You can do your own pattern of stitches. You can, if you know something different. I just thought this would look rustic chic for mom. So pull it through, leave a little loop, and then you're gonna go under that loop and pull it forward. So now I'm going to speed up the video. Don't pull it too tight, because then you end up, see, I'll show you, you'll end up with this wrinkly thing, but you can pull it tight next to the glue. All right, let's go one more, and then I'll speed up, and we're gonna sew all the way around the edge. Now, if you want to tighten your stitches a little bit, you can go back and pull on the front of them just a little bit with the needle to tighten them up, to give you a little bit more thread, or just to make them more even. All right, so I should have used the whole piece of thread, but that's okay, we can start another one. So what you're going to do, if you start running out, you don't want to let it get too short, because it'll be hard to tie off. So when you've gone through this loop, you're going to go around it again, so go under that stitch, through, and then before you pull it all through, you're going to go through that loop again, and that's going to make a little knot so it doesn't come undone. So just pull that, but don't pull it too tight. And then I'm gonna do one more knot, so you can go through here again, and then through there to make a little knot, just so it's double knotted. And you can pull your needle off like that so it doesn't go anywhere, and then trim off this little piece, and then get another piece to start it. All the string off of here. All right, we'll start again. All right, so I made a little knot on the end, I looped it through, and then I'm actually gonna go back through there so that my pattern isn't interrupted. Oops. back under through here to go back. And then I can start sewing like I was before. You'll end up with an extra little loop there, but that's okay. Mom will know it's made with love. So you go through, and before you go all the way through, you pick that loop up. And I'm gonna speed it up as I finish again. All right, we're coming off to the end again. You can adjust your stitches. Piece of thread. All right, so to finish it off, we want that to connect to the next one. So where you started, you can just put your needle through that very first stitch that you did, and that'll connect it off on the end. Now I am not an expert sewer, but you've got this neat little edge. This one went kind of tight, but you can play with it to get it sit on the edge if you want. Or you can use this side, it looks a little straighter. So now that we've got it through there to conjoin it, we're gonna go back through the loop we just did. And that'll make it knot over there. And then pick one of these loops, go through again, and then remember to go through, don't pull it all the way through, go through this loop. You see it right there? And that'll give you a knot so that all of your stitching doesn't come undone. And I always like to do one extra one through, just because you did all that hard work, you don't want it to come undone. And then give that a good tug. And then you can go and trim all of your ends of thread off. Trim this one. And this one where I had to add more. There we go. Now, if you want, you can use a marker to decorate it. And if you've got any of these white threads, you can trim those off too. So if you want, you can take a marker and draw something. Now, it does bleed on the fabric a bit, so I wouldn't do any writing, but you could draw hearts or even just polka dots. So I'm gonna put a heart right in the middle. And you can color it in. And maybe I'll just leave it just like that, just a little heart. You could do little decorations on the corners maybe, like little stitches. Or you could maybe do more decorations with your thread if you want. Just like that, and you can do both sides. So there we have our lavender sachet for Mom. Thank you again for doing another Tate Township Public Library craft, and I hope you join us again next month. And remember, you can always share your photos, maybe a picture with Mom, and we can share it to social media if you email it to library@tay.ca, or you can tag us right on Facebook and Instagram at Tate Township PL. Thank you again, and happy Mother's Day.